Two Blue Fred here, and today I'm going to give you my 100,000 mile review of the Honda ST1300. Mine is a 2009 model that I bought brand new in 2011, and it had, like 1 or 2 miles on it. It has been the most perfect bike anyone could ask for, in my opinion. So let's go through the problems I've had with the bike in the last 100,000 miles. There's a 5-way T-valve above the intake, controls a bunch of vacuum lines. It's very tiny and it gets clogged up really easy. I've replaced that twice on this bike because of running issues. It wasn't running quite right, and the internet guru said change the valves, probably got a piece of junk in it. Or Honda replaced 3 fork seals, 2 on this side and 1 on the right, under warranty, because I had bought the extended 7-year warranty. I've put a new battery in it. It left me stranded on a dead battery, but that's not Honda's fault. It gave me signs 2 weeks leading up to it, and then it left me stranded in a parking lot, but I was like a block from work. And other than those issues, I can't say there have been any. It's always ran as good as it did on day one, and still with 101,000 miles on it, you couldn't ask for a better running bike. I would take it literally anywhere in the country. This bike has been to California and back, so East Coast to West Coast. I believe 8,200 miles on that trip. It's been above the Arctic Circle into Coldfoot, Alaska, if you're familiar with the Dalton Highway. The only issues I had were the calcium chloride that they put on the dirt roads up there. It kind of becomes like concrete, and it'll absolutely ruin your paint job, that's for sure. But what happened was it got stuck between the fender and the tire. It built up so much that it started cutting grooves in my tire in several places. So we had to stop and dig all that out, chisel it out. It was quite the undertaking. The maintenance on this bike is super easy. There's an air filter I change every 15,000 miles or so. It's not the easiest thing to get to. You do have to lift the tank, but that's like 3 bolts, and it lifts right up. And then there's several bolts that you have to, I think 8 or 10, around the air cleaner that you have to replace. The final drive oil is easy to replace. The oil is easy to replace. I've never checked the valve clearance on this bike. I know that's a no-no, but I'm not exactly sure how to do it, and I'm not paying the Honda people to take my money and not check it anyway. I have yet to even change the spark plugs. I have them and I plan to do it, but I keep not finding the time to do it, if that makes any sense. So I have another bike that I usually ride now. This was my commuter. It's basically set outside for 7 years. I don't have a garage just to pull it into, so it sit at the house and sit at work, and the paint has really taken a beating. But it's been a great bike. I have 0 complaints with the bike. I would absolutely buy another one. The only thing it doesn't have that I would absolutely love to have is cruise control. That's the only want I have on this bike. So if you found this video because you're thinking about buying one, the answer is yes, go buy it. You can find them fairly cheap. You can find them $4,000 all day long. You can find them in really good shape. You can find them with low miles. Even if you found one with 80,000 miles on it, don't be scared of it. I mean, that's just basically break-in. There's a lot of dirt in that corner there. If you can pick this bike up with 80,000 miles or even 100,000 miles for $3,000, you've got yourself a bargain, because it's going to go double that easy. These bikes, I've seen numerous of these bikes go 100,000 miles. Some people report 250,000 miles. I'm not sure if it's like the Goldwing that goes, 500,000 miles. I've yet to see any of those, but so let me know in the comments if you have a ST1300 and how many miles you have on your bike. I'd love to know. And what's the most miles you've seen on one? From a buddy or somebody posted it on the internet or whatnot. I know these bikes go forever. To me, the bike only needs a couple of upgrades to really be a useful bike, like for a commuter or a long distance traveler or whatnot. I think it absolutely needs a higher set of bars. These are Heli Bars. I absolutely love them. Wish I put them on day one. They allow me to sit up more. I don't have to lean over. You may or may not like that, but for me, I went with the little riser bar, 1.5 inches, 2 inch, whatever it was, and it just wasn't enough. And I put these on here, and I forget how much higher it allows you to go, but it's a lot. And there's so much adjustment. You can move these bars in and out. You can roll them, but it's an $800 set of bars. But to me, well worth every penny. The stock seat absolutely sucks. I recommend the Corbin seat. I'm sure there's some other great seats out there as well, but for me, I'm just a Corbin guy. I've had this Corbin on 3 different bikes and absolutely love them. And a top box. You got to add a top box, in my opinion. They're so handy, and they open from the top, like so. Your side bags fall out, and even though they'll hold a full-sized helmet, it's not convenient to stack all your stuff in there, and then you need to get in there, and now you're having to unstack and then restack everything to go back in. So I love working out the top box. I put all my things in the side bags that I hope I don't have to use. Rain suit, tools, tire kits, air compressor, and then I'll work out of my top box on a trip. And of course, I just lay a dry bag of clothes on the back seat and strap it down. They're great bikes. I absolutely recommend them. Go get you one. Don't even think about it. Get the newest model that you can, because they quit making them in, I want to say 2012, and I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but I did see 2015 somewhere. I'm just thinking that was somebody's mistake though. Absolutely, get you one. Even if you pay up for a really nice low mileage one, there's nothing wrong with that. I saw one that has about 6,000 miles on it for about $6,000. It already had the Heli Bars and a top box. And I tried to buy it, and when I called the guy, he said that it was on hold because somebody else was coming in on the weekend to hopefully take it home. There's equally as good of bikes. I know the FJR 1300. I've never rode one. I know it's supposed to be a great bike. I don't know if it's model specific or not, but some of those I know have cruise control. To me, I was just never a fan of how they looked. I fell in love with the ST1300, how it looked, and that's what sold me. Plus, I'm a Honda guy for the most part. I did buy the Harley, which I absolutely love that bike too. That's another video for another day, I guess. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. This is Two Blue Fred. Freaking ride every day. This sucks. don't know why those people would sit there with a stopped train.